YouTube. So we've been missing for quite a little bit. I know you absolutely missed us, but the good news is that we're back. But the big question is, where did we go?
I'm back! We went and picked up Kaya. She was away for the entire summer. She went to camp. Yes, so we decided to take a little family vacay and go see some places that we had not seen before. Well, Charlie and I have seen them, but places that Ben had not seen before and that Kaya hadn't really seen. So
we drove up the East Coast, and first stop that we went to was in Vermont. Well, actually, we stopped on the way because the guys that were checking over the car forgot to check our brakes. So we got a little bit of a preview of Maryland for a bit, some thrift stores, and then we went up to Vermont where we visited my family's old homestead, which was where I grew up spending my summers before I went to the same camp Kaya went to. We just wanted to show the boys the homestead. It's pretty cool, huh? That building right there used to be where they milk cows.
They used to have cows?
Conveyor belt. Brings the hay.
So but how do you turn it on?
I think you turn it on up top. Inside that, well, there's a switch, but.
What switch?
It's definitely changed since our family owned it. The family that bought it from our family had completely renovated the entire house, which is about 200 years old. It was kind of a neat and exciting time to take the boys up there and let them kind of see what the old family farm was like, things that they were involved with. That was put there by your great grandfather. He used to come down here and sit and look out at the pond.
You can still sit here.
Yeah, you can. You just can't see the pond as easily.
Because was there like an opening space right there? Oh, look it.
See, it's a big little pond.
Maybe you could put the chair right here. Then they could sit. Because there's like a little opening space and you can see. Is there any crocodiles in there?
No. You okay, buddy?
Gotta touch it.
Try.
Rabbit. Whoa! Jumped.
Oh, this was beautiful. And then we headed into the small town, ski town of Ludlow to stay.
We stayed at the Homestyle hostel, which I don't know if any of you are familiar with hostels. Depending on the country that you are visiting, they can be a little bit shady or can be really awesome. This one was that latter of the two. It's a very homey vibe whenever you go visit any of the hostels in the U.S. that I visited. It's a fun little venture. It's just very homey.
Well, this hostel allows you to rent independent rooms, or you can rent by the bunk.
And that's typical. That's a standard hostel. That's the way that they operate. So check out Homestyle Hostel if you were ever driving through Ludlow, or if you're going to go find a ski vacation spot up northeast. That's a good thing to check out. Then moved on to Maine, where Kaya was going to camp, and like Charlie had mentioned, that's where he had gone to camp. That's where his family has just been accustomed to going. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. I am in love with the northeastern coast up there. Like, it's just, I love it. Now granted, I'm told that the winters are long and ominous, so I haven't visited in the wintertime, so that might not be as cool. But we meandered around camp.
So where are we, Ben?
We're at...
We on a secret island?
Yep. Well, I just found a bone.
Hung out there. It's right on a lake, so it's beautiful. Again, very gorgeous. And what was your favorite part? I don't know.
I don't know. It's really pretty. I like seeing all my friends.
Sing, of course, friends. And then, I don't know, Charlie, what's your favorite part about camp or Maine?
Well, I love the camps. We stayed at my sister's house, which is along a river, so Ben and I attempted to fly fish the river. We got a lot of bites, but
No catches.
no catches. We didn't really have enough time to fish it. I don't know, I just like the wildlife up there, the cooler weather. It's a different place than...
This may sound weird, but the color scheme, the natural landscape color scheme is beautiful. Do you know what I'm saying?
Shauna likes those dark forest greens that don't have weeds growing underneath them.
Well, no. So the temperature, like the climate variances are very interesting. In North Carolina, you have a lot of clay. So you've got that reddish brown anywhere that there is like a dirt or a sandy dirt. And then you have to dig quite a ways down to get to anything like the shale or the rock. And then it's really, really green. We're, blessed in that capacity, but really, really green, overgrown green. Like you can't see your neighbor because you've got a bush that's like being crazy. Whereas if you go north, because of the climate, there's like a more of a dark slate color mixed in with a darker brown, and I don't know, it's just a different composition of greens and I don't know.
So we enjoyed the main color palette.
And the culture was nice too.
Yeah. And
I don't like lobster.
I love lobster.
I don't know what lobster tastes.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I've never had lobster. I've refused to eat it.
This year we didn't go out to the main coast. Instead we kind of went up into the North Conway area and went shopping. But next year we will go to the coast and these two will eat lobster.
I won't.
Whole.
No. We need to start small and work our way up.
I like bisque, and that's not it.
I don't know. That's
not
not
a
lobster
stick.
bisque. That's the soup.
So from Maine we drove south and went to Boston, Mass.
Mm-hmm. We went to church and then took in some sights and
Ate some pizza.
At Supreme Pizza.
Supreme
That was a
Pizza.
Kaya pick.
We should definitely go there.
And then we kept on venturing south. We stayed along the coast and hit the metro areas, so we went and saw some family. Then we continued on to New York City.
Yeah. Well, we didn't actually go in New York City. We stayed on
Yeah,
the
that's true. We went to the Jersey side.
Jersey side this time. We got ice cream sundaes at Bischoff's.
I have a shirt from them.
That's a really cute little hole in the wall, like mom and pop.
It's another family
Generational thing.
tradition. Yeah.
Go to Bischoff's. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Your kids will love it. There's stuffed animals everywhere.
That's
Yes.
in Teaneck. And then we went over to Liberty State Park.
Yeah, because it was rainy.
Yeah.
There was nothing everything in New York, it was cooler weather, but it was super rainy, so you can't really, unless you want to go into the museums, which we have an infant, so that's not a great idea. But we got to see the Statue of Liberty.
What do you think, Ben?
Ben, turn around and say cheese. At me.
They trekked out in the rain. Abner and I did not, but
Yeah, and we started planning our trip to Ellis Island because that place just looks awesome.
it is awesome.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. So from there we went down to DC
Yeah.
and we
Checked out the nation's capital.
stayed at a Holiday Inn.
We did.
Right
The
there on the
rooftop pool.
Oh yeah, the kiddos loved it.
No! No! I don't want to go underwater.
We got 2 p.m. checkout so we could walk the entire mall.
Oh, look at it. Another one.
Benjamin, what did you say that one was?
I don't know. We're going to walk it.
Now turn around and look.
Yeah, I can see it.
You see it?
Yeah, that big white mountain.
Yeah. Who lives there?
Hey, Donald Trump.
That's right.
That's Abraham Lincoln's neighbor, and that's his neighbor.
Yeah, they're neighbors. Yep.
Maybe every single day, Abraham Lincoln goes like, "Come on, big building, let's go and see the big white house with Donald Trump in it."
You think so?
Uh huh.
That's pretty interesting.
And then Donald Trump goes like, "Wow, you've grown a lot."
Oh. All right, let's keep trucking. And everyone made it in good spirits, with the exception of the last, half mile? Coming back. Mile to half mile coming back. So Benjamin, we thought it would be good to suggest he watch Night at the Museum in the car on the way from New York to DC because he likes that movie anyway, and we knew that it featured some of the monuments and thought it would be a fun way to let the history come to life, like truly come to life. Well, Benjamin was so excited about it the whole time. He was like, well, when are we going to see the water?
The water, and then he was right there on the side where we were,
When are we going to see Abraham Lincoln? So the monuments, you have the Washington Monument, the reflective pool, and then you've got the Lincoln Memorial. So he was so excited to let his imagination come to life based off of that movie. So.
He really does think Lincoln is still alive.
He's thinking about it. Well, he did mention, he asked if the museum had the tablet. So if you watch this movie, you know what we're talking about. If not, you need to go watch it. Then he thought it through and thought, unless it's not real, But he only focused on that for a moment before he continued on with his.
Santa Claus, you're gonna have a harder time this year. He's starting to figure things out.
Yeah.
Whew.
Kaya still believes in him.
Going strong.
But yeah, so that's where we've been. We are home. We look forward to bringing you all sorts of fun little tidbits, and make sure that
You tune in to my show on Monday.
and we will see you on Tuesday with our next installment of
Reconstructing Spirit Hill.
Thanks.